Oh my god. Oh my god. Guys. I just found out that the oldest version of Rules of Survival doesn't even have any fall damage in it. Hey everyone! I hope you're all having a great day. Before this video starts, I want to give a huge shout out to noROS for providing some epic background gameplay for this video. They're grandmasters and are in the top 10 best players in Europe. I want to promote their channel alongside other YouTube channels in effort to grow this community. Listen closely. If you want to get a free shoutouts in the beginning of my YouTube videos and gain a lot more subscribers on your channel, all you need to do is subscribe down below to noROS, their link is in the description, and check out my Discord server, also linked in the description, for more information. When you click on their channel, comment on their newest video. Tell them Exotic said hi. That's it. I hope I can help you grow out your channel. Thanks, and now, enjoy the video. What's going on, guys? My name is ExxotikGaming, and today we're going to be taking a step back in time in Rules of Survival, looking at the old version of this game and comparing it to the newest version. The developers of Rules of Survival are some of the most ambitious out there, constantly providing new updates with new content almost every single week. Over time, yes, change has occurred, and yes, some people may or may not like the direction in which this game is going. But the fact of the matter is this game has been out for almost a year now, and in that time, it's changed a ton. I hope you guys are going to enjoy this video, maybe even learn something new. If you did, please leave a like down below. And with that, let's look at the very beginning of Rules of Survival. Rules of Survival was first released globally on November 17th, 2017, just over 9 months ago now. And here is some footage of my first few matches I had in this game within the first 2 weeks of release. Please bear with me, these literally were my first few matches ever, and I was just about the biggest noob you could imagine at this time. But hey, look at this! Look at the main screen. It looks a lot different, a lot more simplistic with less options, and when you click play, things look even more foreign. It says logging, by the way. I just thought that was kind of funny. Everything looks super barren at this point though. I mean, you literally had the option to go into a ranked game and check the leaderboards, but that was it. Oh yeah, there was also a rather interesting chat option here in the main menu where things were in Chinese. Now I know this game was first released in China, but come on man, at least translate everything into English before you release it globally. But hey, we don't have that problem anymore. Now, let's look at the loading screen in the main menu and see how they changed in present day. So in 2018, when you open up Rules of Survival, the starting screen looks different with a lot more options. You can log into a PC account from your phone if you so desire. Back in the early days, Rules of Survival wasn't even available on your PC. It says logging in now, as opposed to logging. Hey look, they're finally spelling things right. Also, now you have daily rewards where you can actually go to the main menu and things look way different. You have a training level, which is sort of a battle pass now, I guess you could say, and training missions. You have daily missions and of course an entire store now. Back in the early days, there really wasn't much customization, but that's completely changed in present day. You can completely deck out your character, your weapons, and your vehicles with ridiculous things such as monster trucks, dancers, dragon-themed RPGs, and my personal favorites, the Rainbow Hammer. There are tons of other buttons leading you down endless tunnels of exploration, but if we stayed on the main menu, we'd never actually get to the gameplay, so let's do that now. Back in the beginning, you only got one map option, Gilly Island. You could either play solo, duo, or in squads, but that was it. You didn't get all these fancy new game modes like Blitzkrieg, Diamond Mode, or Death Race. You didn't have Fire Team, and of course, probably the biggest change, you didn't get the option to play in the newer map, Fearless Fjord. I remember when Fearless Fjord was introduced. You could have up to 300 players going head-to-head in a massive map, and it was one of the coolest Battle Royale experiences I've ever had. When you spawned in the first version of Rules of Survival, surprisingly enough, things were pretty similar. You could pick up weapons, test them out as everyone was joining in, and you can explore around the island at the top of the map. There were a lot of things that were added in since then though. In the newer version of Rules of Survival, look at this, there are support drones. You can choose to be a freaking robot if you want to. That's awesome. When the timer ran out and you got to the plane, check this out. This is what the plane used to look like. I'm pretty sure it's modeled off of the Osprey, a pretty new military aircraft that I've actually seen fly in several air shows in the past, and it's always been super cool. Nowadays, the plane looks like this. This is some sort of hyper-futuristic jet plane thing. I don't really know, man. Whatever it is, it looks way different from the older plane. When you actually dropped in and started playing the game, you would notice the gameplay is pretty similar in the older version from the new version of Rules of Survival. I mean, it makes sense, they're not two entirely different games. The key aspects of this Battle Royale have stayed the same. No bullet travel time, faster matches, and overall a more arcadey feel than some of the other Battle Royale games. And honestly, I like it like that. I'm glad they've not changed the traditional feel of this game. However, of course, tons of new things have been added in since the beginning. In the beginning, you had your traditional sports car, motorcycle, tuk-tuk, and I believe that's it. Maybe I'm missing something, but I don't freaking know. Now, obviously, as you know, there are many more vehicles, ranging from hovercrafts, to bicycles, to the infamous battle jeep. But guess what? There's still way more things they changed in the game. Did you know there used to be no fall damage in Rules of Survival? That's right. On December 6th, nearly 3 weeks after the game was first released, they finally got around to adding that in. In the first versions of the game, snipers didn't come equipped with default scopes. On December 16th, 2017, they finally got around to adding those in. As you could see from my first gameplay, I was failing a lot because I wasn't used to picking up a sniper without a default scope, as what was normal in other games. Talking about weapons, yeah, a lot of new weapons have since been added in. The AS Val, Molotov cocktail, and even the infamous chicken grenade weren't in the game in the very beginning. I could keep going on and on, but hey, you get the idea. Tons of new weapons have been added in since the creation of Rules of Survival, and I think that's a good thing. Did you know bandages were actually called band-aids back in the day? Honestly, I kinda like that, even though it's probably a copyrighted name. Let's get band-aids back, guys. No more bandages. Band-aids from now on, okay? Hey, you know that first-person mode, right? Honestly, I absolutely love it, but look, FPS mode didn't exist in the first versions of Rules of Survival. And in fact, it didn't exist for quite some time, until April 18th, 2018 to be exact. That was when they added in first-person mode to Rules of Survival, and things got that much cooler. First-person mode is my favorite game mode in Rules of Survival, and, well, if you wanted to see me playing it, and honestly failing it a lot, then you could probably find it on my channel's Rules of Survival playlist. I'm telling you though, you probably don't want to watch those videos because my gameplay is cringe. Whenever you finish the match in the earliest version of Rules of Survival, this is what it looked like. Pretty boring and not that cool looking, that's for sure. You didn't even have that chicken song playing. When you die now, things just look a lot better in my opinion. Of course, epic music plays and everything is chicken themed. I mean, is it even a Battle Royale game if everything isn't chicken dinner themed? I guess really one of the big things they've been updating throughout the past year has been aesthetics. They wanted to make the game look better and better, and I can't blame them. Honestly, there are so many changes to Rules of Survival Battle Royale, and it's really hard to list every single one of them because nearly everything you use in the game now wasn't existent at one point. Rules of Survival was such a simplistic game back in the day without any crossbows, RPGs, grenade launchers, and customizable weapons, and now it's much more complex. I think most of the things were changed for the better. Let me know what you think. I personally think the biggest change to Rules of Survival throughout its lifetime thus far has actually not been something the developers put into the game, but rather a characteristic of the audience itself. Rules of Survival has shifted in its audience multiple times throughout the past few months, and it's really quite interesting in my opinion. I can't think of another game that's done anything even remotely similar to it. A lot of people claim that Rules of Survival is a dead game, but here's the thing. It hasn't died, but rather changed audience. When the game was first released, it exploded in popularity in China, but that drastically dropped, and then it shifted over to America and Europe. It stayed like this for a few months, and about 5 months ago or so, I could see a clear shift in audience from the Americas and Europe to the Philippines. Strangely enough, you would look at some of my Rules of Survival video analytics, and more than half of all the views would come in from the Philippines, obviously showing how the game has taken a strong foothold in the gaming community there. Within the past 2 months though, something quite interesting has happened. Another country has seen an explosion in popularity with this game: Cambodia. Whenever you type Rules of Survival into the YouTube search bar, you see Khmer show up, which shows people really want to see Cambodian gameplay of this game. So while people in America may say Rules of Survival is dead, I just say look at how it's doing in other countries and reevaluate that opinion. And with that, that's basically it for today's video. If you would like to see more in-depth everything that's changed about this game throughout the past 9 months or so, I'd highly suggest checking out the patch notes throughout time. I wanted to keep this video relatively simplistic so it wouldn't go on for like 40 minutes or so. But hey, before you click away, you need to subscribe to noROS. As I said earlier, I want to help grow your channels on YouTube, but I can't do this without your cooperation. So please subscribe to them by using the link in the description, and that way you can get a chance to be featured in one of my next YouTube videos, complete with a shout out at the beginning of the video. But hey, we're out of time, so we'll end it here. Huge shout out again to noROS. They're insanely good players, and they provided awesome background gameplay for this video. I hope you enjoy. If you found this video useful, please leave a like down below, and subscribe to my channel for more Rules of Survival content. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you all in the next episode.